Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have a Filofax, like a look at my Filofax for you. This is the Filofax Pocket, and it's the original. I've had this for a couple of years. Some of you guys might remember this from, if you've been with me for a while, you might remember this. So it's in this really nice, like, dark teal color, and I think there's just something about the original. It's just so clean cut, and I don't know, I love it. Anyways, this is only one of 3 pockets that I have, one of them being the Holborn, which you guys know I use as my wallet, and then I do have a chunky planner. I don't think she makes them anymore, but at the time they were a really big deal because she was offering 30mm rings, and now I think that's a little bit more mainstream. But anyways, I'm using this in conjunction with my Muji A5 planner, so I have not stopped using that. This is taking the place of my Moleskine notebook that you guys saw me using before. So this is more so for like my dailies, and I'm also using it for forward planning and lists and stuff like that. So first things first, I have these 2 paper clips. This one I think was from H Mart. My mom got it for me. And then I made this one myself. I just thought it was so cute. You can tell I made it myself because I used my hot glue gun. But I just thought it was so cute and just really happy. And I like the contrasting colors. This is from a million years ago. It was a receipt accordion file thing from the Target dollar spot. And I cut it down and punched it and turned it into a dashboard. Also, if I can figure out where my dividers are from, I will let you guys know. But it's been quite a number of years. So I have 3 sections in here. The first one is kind of like my brain dump. I don't keep a ton in here. I actually don't have like anything in here right now. But I have some like Post-its, and this is a total for something that I needed before. And then I have some extra blank note cards. So what I love about using the Filofax Pocket, or really any pocket size, is that I can just buy 3x5 note cards and then punch them myself, and then I cut slits in there so I can just put it in easily and then take it right back out if I don't want the page, or if I want to write on it, what have you. All right, this second section is actually for my daily stuff. And this is like where I put like my daily notes and tasks, things like that. And I have a couple of blank note cards in here. And then what I've been doing is I've just been like taking them and then putting them all the way in the back. And then when I complete an entire week, I will take them out and throw them out. I do try to make sure that on a daily basis, I am putting any pertinent information from here into my other planner, just so that I have a record. And this is meant more so for short term. My Muji A5 is meant more so for like long term. So just thought I would explain that. Then this is another divider. It actually came with, I think, like 5 or 6, and they're all the same really pretty shade of pink. So again, if I can figure out where they're from, I will drop a link to the shop below. All right, this last section is kind of like for notes and forward planning, things of that nature. So I have the rest of this year. I didn't even bother putting in next year just yet, because I feel like that's a little too much. But Anyways, I don't have everything listed out on here, partially because I don't know everything yet, and also because this entire thing would be filled. So on here, I just have stuff like specific bills that are due that don't always pop up. So like my tuition and stormwater fees, and then also when like TV shows and movies are coming out that I want to see when I'm on call for work. And then Fat Bear Jr., if you guys are not familiar, is actually through Katmai National Park in Alaska. They have trail cameras, and basically you get to see all the different types of bear, like they're all grizzly bears, but you get to see all the different bears and watch them as they, you know, pack on the pounds to prep for the winter. And then you get to vote for your favorite bear. So they have Fat Bear Jr. at the end of, excuse me, September. And then they have Fat Bear Week during October. So it's just something kind of silly, but I thoroughly enjoy it. And then I also have stuff like vacation and when that's, you know, happening. All right, so tasks. This is something I have not done for over a year and a half now. I was struggling a lot with my depression, and it's only been in the last 2 or 3 months that it's gotten better. I'm not going to go into details on that right now, but suffice to say, it was incredibly difficult for me to keep up with my house and everything involved. So this is kind of like what I've come down to is like the absolute nitty gritty. And I don't know if this will actually work for me just yet, but I'm going to find out. And then I do have miscellaneous on the back. Then I have a list of vacation plans. Again, these weren't all the things that I did when I went to Massachusetts, but I actually was camping and I got rained out and I was so pissed off and irritated that I just threw all my crap in the car and I left a day early. So I didn't do a majority of this just because I was like, I'm done. But, you know, it's not like this stuff is going anywhere. So I can always save it for a later date. And then this is like stuff at home that I want to do. So I've only done one thing so far, but it's not all necessarily stuff that I have to do. It's more so stuff that I would like to do. Then I have a list of stuff to buy. These are like uncommon sorts of things, you know, things I don't buy all the time. So like damp red, I only buy that like twice a year. Note cards for this planner in particular, you know, vacuum bags, etc. Then I have my what's left list. So these are things that I absolutely need to finish / get done because they're pissing me off, to be quite honest. So that's basically what that list is. Then I have a list for the fall semester. So these are just like the super important dates like, you know, registration, exam period, etc. Then I always tend to have a list of foods that my brother and I are going to make for Christmas. So Christmas in my family is like a really, really big deal. Like it's super exclusive. We don't invite people to it. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. Anyways, my brother and I, he's more of a foodie than I am. I'm probably more of like a 65-year-old man because I could just eat the same thing over and over and I just don't care. But Christmas, we like to make everything homemade. So some of this we've done in years past and some of it we're doing this year. Like he requested corn dogs and he also said, let's try cornbread. And then I wanted to do jalapeno poppers. And then everything else we've made before. So it's just a matter of perfecting it. And then this is a list of, it's meant to be like an easier way to clean a room. I have really, really terrible ADHD, and it is incredibly hard for me to focus. So I found this on TikTok from a lady who also has really bad ADHD, and she used to be a house cleaner. And she said this is how she learned, excuse me, to clean houses, and it's worked for her. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. Then I have a list of 2025 planner stuff. This is not necessarily stuff that I need to buy or that I plan on buying. It's just things that I want to keep in the front of my mind so that I remember to look them up, you know, kind of do my research, things of that nature. Then I just have a list of videos to film. Obviously, the one that's filled out, I took out. And then I just have some blank pages with washi. And then I have a list of tax forms that I need every year. This has changed a little bit, but not by much. So I just keep it. I have my total, excuse me, time off for next year so that I can start planning that out. And then this is my don't forget list. So these are things that require both more money and more time that I would like to do just because, I don't know. I mean, what else do you do as an adult? Like, other than try to improve where you live, right? Then I have my 2025 vacation ideas, and some of these I think are a little far reaching, like going to Poland, going to the Czech Republic. Some of them I think would be a little bit easier, like going to the Finger Lakes again, or going up to Maine, you know, just bumming around New York, because that's not super far from me, but we'll see. I don't ever really plan super far ahead as far as my vacations. It really just kind of happens on a whim. After that, I have blank note cards, and these are grid. These are my favorite, and I have not been able to find them since, so I've been on the hunt. And then I do have like just one of these where it's blank on the one side. Then I have this flyleaf, I guess, that I made out of a divider from Avery. And I just have some stamps back here and a couple of Post-its. And it's also there so that the pages don't get all ruined and everything. Then in this pocket, I have a note card that has some white Post-its that I just cut in half, and I just stuck it in there. And that is everything. So, whew. I also add in like any type of, let's see, this is stuff that I didn't show you guys because it's personal information. I have like my confirmation number and everything for my flight when I go back home in December. And then I have my list of videos that I need to film. I also have the number for a vet that I want to take my cats to, and also the number for a doctor that I need to contact. So nothing too crazy, but I do love having this because I can just drag it around the house with me. And then, you know, anything that I think of, I can just write it in there, and it works out very, very well. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll talk to you on my next video. Bye, guys.